Hey everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my reaction to La Villa Strangiato from Rush. Wow, just listen to that song all the way through. If you watched part 1, you know that I have heard this song before, and you know why I have listened to it again just now. And I am so glad that I am not skipping songs that I have already heard, because hearing it in the album setting makes it that much better. I don't remember what I said when I heard this song the first time. So I'm not even going to try and say the same stuff. I'm going to give my right now thoughts and opinion. This, and I'm not just saying this to, suck up, because if you guys are, regulars on the channel, you know I don't do that. This song is scary good. It's like everything about it. There's not one negative thing about this in my mind, except for the fact that it ends. It's so, Alex Lifeson is like, I've said before, stuff like Alex Lifeson's not the most technical guitar player. He's not the most over the top. He uses a lot of restraint. He's very tasteful. All those things are true, but this shows us the extent of how freaking good he actually is. And all of them, by the way, they all get their chances to just absolutely show off and be over the top. And they do it so well, but also in a way that's not just kind of noise. It's all super musical. And, man, what can you say except just mind-blowing? It's absolutely incredible. I don't know a person in the world that could listen to this. Anyone that knows music, I would dare anyone to listen to this. Metalheads, classical musicians, jazz players, blues players, anyone that actually knows music, I would dare them to listen to this and just kind of give it a, It's impossible. There are people out there, probably get some of them in the comments, who go, overrated. It's not. It's very well known, and it's viewed so many times because it is really, really, really good. And by the way, the whole album is awesome. I've said it in all the videos about, all the videos from this album about going all the way through. And now that I've done it, and now that I'm at the end, I almost feel like I should probably just do this with every one of their albums. Just give it a go in one shot, and then just, spread out the videos over the course of a couple days. It'll keep you guys happier, and it's a way better listening experience for me. A little bit of regret, honestly, that I haven't been doing it that way. Because, again, hearing the songs in the album setting, it's totally, totally different. Because sometimes you hear a song, and it may not really resonate on its own, but you hear it with what came before and what comes after, and it's like, especially with a band like Rush, where every song is kind of well placed and thought out, and like I said, there's not really filler songs. Hearing it sandwiched between and hearing it in its place, and then, hearing how it leads into another song, even if they're not connected, say, story-wise, the albums just flow. And this, what a listening experience. I'm really glad also I broke out the other headphones for this one. The other ones are fine, but these ones are much, much superior in every single way, and just up to the enjoyment factor, that much more. I have to talk about, I almost said the instrumental part of this song, but the whole thing. But Alex's bit, that guitar tone and that playing, there's a couple guitar players, that are well known specifically for, maybe like one guitar solo. I mean, for many songs, but there's always, that one solo that people point to. And this is kind of, I would say, like, if you want to know who Alex Lifeson is and what he is capable of, listen to that part of this song. It's got feel, it's got tone, it's got everything you could want. It's got technique. The way he starts, with the violining, I don't know if he's using his actual volume control or a volume pedal, but it is absolutely spot on. I mean, perfectly spot on. And then the way that he cuts it back down, and his tone is very, it's very clean, but it cuts through, and it seriously just absolutely speaks to the soul. It's one of those like life-changing experiences. And maybe I'm hearing it different because as a guitar player, I love stuff like that. There's guitar players like David Gilmour that have done that for me. And even, Joe Satriani, stuff like that. It's one of those, it's one of those moments where you just kind of go like, this is what the electric guitar is capable of sounding like. This is what a really good guitar player is capable of producing. And of course, Alex couldn't make that stuff sound as good if it wasn't for Geddy Lee and Neil Peart, because they absolutely just lay the perfect framework, the most beautiful blank canvas for this guy to just, oh my gosh, it's like heart and soul. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the other guys, of course, I've said it multiple times, I'm not a drummer. I can't speak from a drummer's perspective, but I can speak from the perspective of someone who's heard a lot of drums, good and bad. And of course, it's always good. There's people that say, oh, he's too robotic and he doesn't have the feel, and there's jazz players that do it better, and there's, this metal guy that does it better, and that's fine. Big deal. It's, why is everything always a comparison? It's like my dad and I always say, there is no the best guitar player. So how do you say who is the best drummer? And everyone has their opinions, just like I have my opinion of who my favorite best guitar player is, but that doesn't mean that all these other guys are bad. So I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying in this context with the band, he's awesome. He's so awesome. And Geddy Lee, man, he has such a unique playing style where a lot of guys just kind of, lay down the groove on their, basically a lot of guys could play, a one string bass and not ever get past like the 7th or 9th fret. And this guy's just all over the place, constantly grooving, like just his runs that he does. It's nuts. It is so nuts. And it adds such a layer to the band that's just, it's irreplaceable. It's, to me, it's like, that's how they get away with being a 3-piece band, is his bass playing is out of this world different. It's so incredibly unique. So much talent in this band. Guys, that is this full album now. Absolutely loved it. Love this song. Love all the songs, honestly. I don't know, how to pick a favorite, so I'm not necessarily going to. The most surprising for me was maybe Circumstances, a short song, but a heavy hitter and some really cool chords, really cool stuff. Awesome drumming, of course, always. Guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we can get into the next album here pretty soon. Probably do it the same way. Just sit here and listen on through. Takes a couple hours, to listen and then talk and then listen and talk, but totally worth it. And I hope you guys agree. I hope you like this format. Let me know. And let me know if you're excited for the next album. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to have to check that out. But really good stuff, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Leave me a like. Leave me a comment. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to be seeing you guys in future videos. Until then, have a good one.